Hello dear students, it's time for your class of English and we started with the chapter Many Kinds of Art. So let's continue with this chapter but still just have a quick recap of what we studied in the last video. Activity 1 was about the puzzled fox. We studied the famous art print by Currier and Ives and then we found out various things which we can name from the picture. Activity 2 was about Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh, actually there's still that confusion at how to pronounce it. As per Dutch, it shall be Gogh. English say it as Gogh or even Gough, but we'll stick to Vincent van Gogh was an artist who lived in the Netherlands from 1853 to 1890. He painted more than 900 paintings. During his life, he only sold one painting, but now his paintings are very valuable and famous. Van Gogh liked to use very thick paint and he loved color. And we also studied various paintings through which we can find the details about it. Then we continued with it like the way an artist paints, the colors he chooses, and the shapes he likes are all part of his style. Van Gogh's paintings are all of different subjects, but the style of all three is the same, meaning that in each of his paintings he used the colors and shapes that he liked. Now, from your textbook as well as in the video, you can see that various paintings were there. We studied about the sunflower, the meadow, and his self-portrait. And even the front page of your textbook, the cover, that also is the collage of paintings made by Vincent van Gogh. The bigger picture is of the Starry Night. These are few of the famous paintings by Vincent van Gogh. After the art form of painting, we studied the art of rangoli. We were given 4 rangolis and based on that we had to fill the table with the things which were used for rangoli, the colors that were used, and what do you like most in the rangoli. And after that you had to write by yourself like which are the skills or which are the qualities that you think that a person who does rangoli or the rangoli artist should have this quality. He should be able to do this or he should know how to all those things. You have in the homework you had to write these things by yourself. So after activity 1 to 4, we will start with activity 5. Activity 5. Here are quotes from famous people about colors. The quotes are interesting, but the people did not explain what they meant. Use a dictionary, the internet, or people who know to help you understand each word. Then choose the quote that interests you most. So here we are given quotes. Quotes are words spoken by people, but here the quotes are about colors. About colors, that does not mean that someone said about red color, someone said about green color, but colors in general, colors which we have around us. So these quotes are interesting, but they are not explained. Like the people said these quotes, they used it, but you have to search the meaning by yourself. As elders mostly do, they speak, but what they meant, sometimes there is other meaning to what we say, like idioms. So what they said, you have to understand and then choose the quote that interests you most. The quote which you find the most interesting. So let's see the first one. Colors are the smiles of nature. Now, it is by Leigh Hunt and he was a poet. So, what he meant, colors are the smiles of nature. Well, nature, we know like it's not smiling or crying like us, but we can say like when we look at some natural landscape, it is so colorful. You get that happy feeling, you get that warm or that calm feeling. So it's like the nature is smiling when it is colorful. and we can see like when it is dark or when it is dull or only single shade is there, or it's like um, it has other meaning. So nature also smiles through its colors. Second is Colors Speak All Languages by Joseph Edison. Now, colors do not do any partiality. Like we have so many languages, not only in India but all over the world. If we think, there are lots and lots of languages, but colors, they speak all the languages. Here we are not saying like let's say like red is a sign of danger everywhere, or the heart is shown red to show love everywhere. Same way, blue is calming, soothing for all. So here he meant like colors speak all languages. If we go in depth, it may be like colors like let's say in foreign countries like United States or England, there is that discrimination between black and white. Black are called the colored people, so the people from Africa or the Negro origin. So that discrimination is also just wiped off, and it's saying like colors speak all languages. Like all the colors means something, and they are spoken. I mean, colors speak all languages, languages that everyone can understand, not just the white, not just the black, or not just people of certain region, but they speak language which everyone can understand. And the third one is I prefer living in color. David Hockney. So when he says like living in color, he might be meaning like living a colorful life, living like a fun life where you are enjoying something, or so I guess these were the meaning for the quotes. You can think like which is the quote that you find the most interesting. New word. Do you see the word color in the quotes? COLOUR and COLOR are both correct spellings of the same word. So are favorite with you and favorite without you, and neighbor with you and neighbor without you. The you is used in most writing in India. Now students, even without this, we have gone through this last year. Like when we are typing in the laptop or in the PC, you have seen like when the word has you underlined, it's like that this is spelling mistake. But in India, we are following British English, and in British English, you is added, and the computer has American English, so that word does not use you. So that's the difference. So the words are not incorrect, but they are the spellings of the same word, but in different language, like the British English and the American English. Now back to the quotes. Circle the quote above that interests you most. Remember that the author of the quote did not explain it, so you can tell what you think the quote might mean. Write your idea about the quote's meaning. In your textbook, you are given enough space to write down what you think the quote might be meaning. You can think like this may mean something different than what I spoke, or it's totally up to you. So you can note that down in your textbook. Activity 6. Make up a quote about colors or another idea of your own and print it nicely on the banner below. Share your quote with your classmates. Here you are given a nice strip, like it's a banner, where you have to make a quote about colors. Or if you want, you can write about something else as well of your own. Something that you can come up with, like just a single line but which you think like you like. So after writing that, read the quotes of your classmates. Unfortunately, we can't do that. Which new quote did you like best? And there is space for that. And after that, did you prefer your own or classmates' quote? Still, we won't be able to share these things, but you can write down the quotes which you can come up with. So here, this exercise is like you don't have to just understand others, but you have to make the quotes by yourself. Activity 7. We have read about paintings, one kind of art. Poetry is also a kind of art. Read the poem and notice the dialogue. So, after paintings, after Rangoli, it's time to study about another form of art, which is poem. So, here we have a poem about, we are studying art and we studied about colors. So, here also the poem is about the Crayon Box That Talked by Shane De Rolf. So let's read the poem and then we'll understand it. The words used are very simple, so you will also be able to understand it very easily. While walking through a toy store the day before today, I overheard a crayon box with many things to say. So here the poet is talking in the form of a child, like when the child went to a toy store day before today. So that is yesterday when they went to a toy store. I overheard a crayon box. Overheard, like they are not talking to you, but still you can listen to what they are talking. So the poet listened a crayon box talking with many things to say. I don't like red, said yellow, and green said, nor do I. And no one here likes orange, but no one knows quite why. We are a box of crayons that really doesn't get along, said blue to all the others. Something here is wrong. So, yellow said that I don't like red, and green said, nor do I. That is, green said that even I don't like red. And no one here likes orange, but no one knows quite why. Like, nobody likes orange, but they don't know that why they don't like it. Then blue said to everyone else that we are a box of crayons that doesn't really get along. To get along means they can't stay together. But blue was also saying like we don't get along, but that means that something here is wrong. There is something wrong. Well, I bought that box of crayons and took it home with me and laid out all the colors so the crayons all could see. They watched me as I colored with red and blue and green and black and white and orange and every color in between. So the poet bought that box of crayons and took it home with him and laid out all the colors so the crayons all could see. So when the poet took the colors with him, the box of crayons with him, after going home, he poured all the colors out so all the colors, all the crayons can see. What did they see? They watched as he colored. The poet colored with the colors like red, blue, green, black, white, orange, and all the colors in between. Like he made a drawing using all these colors. They watched as green became the grass and blue became the sky. The yellow sun was shining bright on white clouds drifting by. Colors changing as they touched, becoming something new. They watched me as I colored. They watched till I was through. So, what did the colors watch? That the colors, they were not just crayons, but when they were painted, they changed into things. Like green became the grass and blue became the sky. And yellow sun was shining bright on white clouds drifting by. Drifting means which were passing by. So the poet, the child, made a landscape and used all these colors to make this beautiful picture. Then colors changing as they touched, becoming something new. Now you know that colors also, when they are mixed, they convert into a new color. We studied the poem Paints in the first semester. So here also, so when these colors were uh, touched, when they came together, they became something new, and the colors were watching the poet draw, color, and they watched till I was through. Till I was through means till the child completed coloring. And when I finally finished, I began to walk away, and as I did, the crayon box had something more to say. I do like red, said yellow, and green said, so do I. And blue, you are terrific, so high up in the sky. So, after the coloring was over and the child started to walk away, earlier when he overheard that the crayon box were fighting, now he heard that crayon box had something more to say. They still wanted to say more. What did they say? Yellow said that earlier when he said that I don't like red, and green said nor do I. But now yellow said I do like red, and green said so do I. And then they also said like blue, you are terrific, you were amazing, so high up in the sky. Blue, the sky, so it's made of blue color, so that way like blue, you were amazing in the sky. And then everyone say like we are a box of crayons, each one of us unique, but when we get together the picture is complete. So that's the happy ending, that the quarreling box of crayons are now, they understood that each color is unique, but when they come together, when they get along, the picture is complete. Now, have you ever made a picture of a landscape where only the grass is of green color and the sky, the sun, everything is left blank? Or in a picture, there is only just a blue sky, everything else is as it is? No. So, what happens? The picture gets complete only when all the colors get together. Same way as we studied in the first chapter of the first semester, that we all have our differences, we all are unique, but still we should be with each other. And that's when the picture gets complete, we get beauty out of it. This was fun, right? What did the crayons say to each other at the beginning of the poem? So here you have to write what did yellow say and what did green say, and after that what did blue say to all the others. You can write this from the poem itself, and this is very easy. Like the answer is I don't like red, said yellow, and green said nor do I, and no one here likes orange, but no one knows quite why. We are a box of crayons that really doesn't get along, said blue to all the others. Something here is wrong. So after this fun activity, we have next activity. Paintings are art. Poems are art. Plays are also art. Let's write a play about the crayons. In the poem, you notice that the colors talked at the beginning. Now notice that after the poet took the crayons home, they watched while the poet colored. The poet does not tell us what they said while he colored, but this is a very talkative box of crayons. Imagine what they said while the poet made the sky and sun and clouds and all the rest. So, after studying about paintings, poems, it's time to study about plays. Well, actually, we are not studying anything. You have to write a play. Play, we have done plays previously as well, where you played the roles of characters. So, here you have to write a play where each color has his or her own dialogue. We have a very talkative box of crayons. So, when the poet took the crayons home, what did they say? Now, we know that they were watching the poet paint. I mean, the poet was using the crayons, he was coloring everything. So, what they must be talking, which shows that there is that transition, there is that change of attitude. Like earlier, they were hating each other, but now they started liking. So, what was going on while the poet was coloring? We can talk, like you can start with any color you like, and you have to write the dialogues for them. I can give you a hint, like you can say, like, wow, what is he doing? He took blue in his hand. What is he going to do with it? Oh wow, the sky looks so pretty with blue color. There's just blank in it. The blank shapes are there. You can see that other crayon. What will he or she say? Like then you can say about when they were the colors changed. Like you know that yellow and red makes orange. So okay, he drew yellow color. Okay, on it he's doing red. Maybe he wants to change it to red. Oh no, but it's magical that yellow and red made a new color of orange. So, or anything, it's totally up to your imagination. You are given space for writing this in your textbook. So, that is the activity that you have to do in textbook. So, you have to write a play that tells what the crayons said while the poet colored. The crayon box that kept talking is the title of your play. You can keep as many colors as characters as you want, or you can even make a short play. Every crayon does not need to have big dialogue, some exclamations, some sentences, and your play will be done. So I guess we studied enough for today. There's still just 2 activities left in this chapter, which we'll do in the next video. So read the textbook once again, try to bring your own creativity. As we said that painting and rangoli, not only the drawing is art, but also poetry and writing play. Even that is a form of art. So you have to develop that art and start writing. That's it for today. There's nothing more to be done. Enjoy your day.